particular line item in our budget. So I don't know how the Senate leadership will do it, because if for all we know, the implementation of that AKAP, once it is already signed into law, it is left on the hands of DSWD. So kahit na sabihin mo naka-earmark yung 5 billion na yan sa Senado, ako na, pagkahan na lang tayo. Do you think kami mga kinukonsidera ngayon nila na nasa oposisyon, mabigyan kami ng share niyan? At saka kung mabigyan mo kami ng share naman dyan, isa parang tawag dito, nakakahiya naman na kung bibigyan nila kami dyan, kakahiya naman na tanggapin namin yan na nag-upos nga kami dyan, di ba? For all decency, dapat huwag kang tumanggap kung bigyan ka man. Kung bibigyan ka, pero I don't think so na bibigyan ka talaga, because alam mo, ito ipupunta na lang doon talaga sa mga kalyado nila kung bibigyan man nila, because yun nga, just to tell you frankly, yung last budget meron naka-earmark na AX para sa amin, pero yun nga, pina-stop ng Malacanang, wala na kami magawa. Kung hindi kami bigyan, so sabi ng DSWD, sorry sir, wala na kami, hindi namin pwedeng ma-release yung AX na yung nga, naka-earmark sa inyo dahil may instruction ng Malacanang na ihinto. So wala tayong magawa dyan,
Wait, clarify this.
That program is left entirely to the executive department.
Okay, I think we should talk about this, no? So I want my viewers to understand that AX and AKAP are two different things. So number one, yung AX, ayuda rin po ito. Ang tawag dito, assistance to individuals in crisis situations. It's also a program run by the DSWD. Tas itong AKAP is ayuda para sa kapos ang kita. In effect, pareho po silang ayuda. So are you trying to tell us that in the last budget, nagkaroon ng AX ang bawat senador? Magkano technically ang AX ng bawat senador last year?
Hindi ko alam kung bawat senador, bawat senador ang meron.
But may AX ka. May AX kayo dapat.
I was told na merong AX na para sa akin, but yun nga, hindi na-distribute dahil nga pinahinto.
So, was it the DSWD who told you, sir, we cannot release AX that's for you because inutos ng Malacanang? Sinabi yun?
Yes. So,
okay. Ang AX kasi is meant for... So AX is meant for medical assistance, burial, transportation, education, food, financial assistance, other support services, which honestly speaking, I'm against ayuda being coursed or allotted for senators, but let's move on from that point of view.
Karen, let me clarify this, yung AX, matagal na yung programa ng gobyerno noon pa. DSWD talaga yan. Nasa DSWD yan. Pero yung AKAP, pag lumabas ang ito na hindi ito programa ng DSWD. Ito'y AKAP na kinreate ng House of Representatives. Sila ang gumawa nito for their own whatever. For whatever kung anong gusto lang gawin dito. Wala dito. In fact nga, nagulat nga kami nung lumabas yung AKAP. I-differentiate natin niya dahil yung AX matagal na yan na programa ng DSWD.
Except AX,
AKAP ay bagong gawas ng labas lang yan. And hindi yan programa ng DSWD. Ang alam ko dyan is talagang ginawa yan ng House of Representatives for their own consumption, whatever, kung anong gusto lang gawin. Pero DSWD pa rin nag-implement. Pero sa kanila yan entirely during 2024 budget, wala ang Senado dyan dahil hindi nga namin alam yan eh. Ngayon lang, pampalubag loob siguro, binigyan nila ng 5K kung inalot daw allotted sa Senado.
5 billion.
5 billion para pampalubag loob siguro sa Senado pagdating sa BICAM na hindi mag-oppose. But then again, I strongly oppose that particular item in the budget.
Oo, okay. Now you're making good points. Magkaiba sila, matagal na ang AIX. But let's talk about AIX for just a minute here. But what you're saying is, by the DSWD saying, sir, hindi kayo pwede tumulong using your AIX kasi inutos ng Malacanang, then it means ang ayuda is politicized. It becomes discretionary kung kakampi ka ng gobyerno.
Correct. Nag-start yun nung ako'y nag-imbestiga nung PDLX. Nag-imbestiga ako ng PDLX, yun na. Kinatop na ng DSWD, hindi na ako pwede makaabil ng AX yung nakaalot para sa akin, allotted sa akin, hindi na pwede daw. Stop na.
So, you believe ang AKAP, alam ko hindi mo pinirmahan, hindi ka sang-ayon sa AKAP. Would you know ilan kayong senador ang hindi sang-ayon sa AKAP? I know also Senator Amy Marcos was concerned about AKAP, right? Ikaw, sino pa yung iba?
Ako, Senator Joel Villanueva.
Okay.
Upo siya dyan. Hindi ko kasi makuha yung kung sinong hindi talaga pumirma doon sa BICAM report, ha? Hindi ko makuha. Pero yung stand namin, no, mga senador, was lalong-lalo na nung 2024 budget, ha? Not the 2025. Yung 2024 budget, parang feeling, ang the general sentiment was that feeling na isahan yung Senado. Kaya galit sila na ayaw, bakit ganito? May pundo. Tapos nagdagulat na lang tayo. Parang ganun ang feeling. Kaya nagbabatyag na lahat nung pagdating ng deliberation ng 2025 budget na binabantayan na yung AKAP na yan.
Yeah. Now, do you believe ang AKAP? Because ang COMELEC said AKAP is exempted from the election ban. So, pwede mamigay ang AKAP, ha? It's startling na. Pwede mamigay ang AKAP during the campaign period. So kung ikaw ay senador, you are a re-electionist, tatakbo ka, may AKAP ka, idadaan mo sa DSWD, how do you believe will that be used for vote buying, electioneering?
Kailangan pa ba itanong yan, Karen? It is being very clear naman yan pagdating doon sa baba kung sino nakakatanggap niyan. Kundi, pumili ka kung sino gusto mong bigyan. Kung ito ipapasa sa may standard ang DSWD, di ba, na sinusunod, ito, pagbigay ng guwan ng politiko, pangalan doon sa DSWD, ito, dapat mabigyan. Validate ko noon ang DSWD. Sir, okay yan. Okay yan, pasado yan sa per our standard. So, okay, bigyan. Pero, yung binigay ng pangalan ng politiko, yung recommended na receipt.
Mga botante niya.
Sigurado yan. Hindi lang botante, baka mga leader lang, mga watcher nila doon sa presinto.
So that is the system. So the system is the congressman or the senator will give the names to DSWD. DSWD then will give the AKAP. But in the end, yung binigyan, alam niya na yung kandidato ang pumili sa kanya.
But that is the worst thing that could happen. Pero ginagawa yan ng iba pero hindi naman nila lahat, hindi ko nila lahat, ha. Meron kong alam na hindi rin namimili, basta tawag na lang doon sa barangay kapitan o sa mayor kung sinong bigyan dyan o meron kayo dyan, bigyan nyo yung mga tao dyan, hindi nanggagaling mismo sa politiko. Meron din ganun nangyayari, pero most of the time, lalo na ngayon nagka-election period, sigurado yung iniisip natin, yan ang mangyayari.
Because ang narinig ko, and these are from people who have actually received AKAP, no? Ang mga kasambahay na nakausap ko, yung iba, yung AKAP nila, niraraffle. Pangalawa, bago makatanggap ng AKAP, tinatanong kung voter ka ba, botante ka ba sa lungsod na to. Kung hindi ka boboto, wala kang AKAP. So So that's why
Yun. If Comelec is listening to all these issues, siguro it would be prudent on their part na ipagbawal talaga ang distribution nitong mga ayuda-ayuda na ito during campaign period. Ako I'm not anti-poor. Ang recipient nito ay yung mga mahirap talaga. Pero pagdating na to the point na magagamit ito sa election, then dapat Comelec should be prudent enough to decide na ibawal ito talaga. Ibawal dapat talaga. Kasi malaki epekto ito sa isang ordinaryong tao na hirap makabili ng 1 kilong bigas. Pag mabigyan ka ng 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, malaking bagay na ito. At iisipin mo talaga kung sino yung politiko na nagbigay nito, most likely, it will influence your decision come election day. Talaga, kaysa naman yung hindi nakapagbigay, hindi ka napansin, hindi ka nabigyan ng 1 kilong bigas, doon na lang ako sa nagbigay ng 1 kilong bigas. That's how the poorest of the poor thinks. So, dapat ipagbawal lang pilik ito.
Okay. All right. So just for the record, in case binigyan ka ng AKAP, no, sa Senado, they release it. It's a whole other issue why Comelec exempted it. But kung bigyan ka, will you accept it?
Well, sabihan ko, yung liderato ng Senado na kuha na lang siguro, ibigay na lang yan doon sa ibang mga senador, huwag na lang ko isama dahil nakakahiya naman. Hindi ako pumirma dyan sa kuwan
pero ang maghirap naman itong tanong. So kung ilan kayo na tatanggi sa AKAP, yung mga majority senators, they will be receiving more than 300 million pesos each.
Nasa kanila na yan.
Kasi baka hindi tatanggap. So yung tatanggap, lalaki yung cut nila. Lalaki yung share.
Ganun talaga mangyari.
How do you describe AKAP? What's the one word you would say about AKAP?
Pambili ng boto. Pambili ng boto yan. Ano pa ba isipin natin yan? Kung tutusin sana, no, kung out of the picture ang politiko dyan, totally let DSWD do it. That is government's money. That is people's money. Ibigay yan sa taong bayan. Then, without the presence of the politicians, without the politicians' intervention, napakaganda sana. Anyway, pera ng taong bayan, ibigay yan para makabigay, bili ng bigas. Bigay yan. Basta wala lang yung hand ng politiko sa likod.
But and the timing.
That question, kung itatanong natin sa disability, kaya ba nila yan? Kaya ba nila yan? At the end of the day, magsusumbong ito mga congressman na ito, mga mayor na ito, sino mga politiko na ito, magsusumbong yan doon sa Malacanang. Bakit yung DSWD, tinanggalan kami ng papel dyan sa aming allocation na yan, aming plan yan. So, alam mo na, very complicated ang sitwasyon natin.
Okay. All right. So, let's move on from that. So, if you are offered AKAP, will you take it or not take it?
No, I will not take it.
Okay, you
kahit
will not...
kahit nahirap ako sa eleksyon, kahit na wala akong pampalubag loob doon sa kung sinong dapat lulubagin natin ang loob, I will just appeal to their moralities na wala akong maibigay sa inyo dahil ayaw kong sumali sa programa na inuupos ko. Kaya nga sinasabi natin, iba yung dapat consistent tayo. Walang irony. Iba yung sinasabi, iba yung ginagawa. Dapat consistent tayo. Pag sinabi natin na gusto natin suportahan ang Armed Forces of the Philippines para ma-modernize, tayo mga politiko, suportahan natin. Okay, because grabe na pambubuli ng China. Suportahan natin para ma-modernize ang Armed Forces. Yeah, suportahan natin. Tapos pagdating sa budget, bawasan natin ng 15 billion yung AP Modernization Fund dahil gamitin natin sa ibang paraan. So, where's consistency there? Iba ang sinasabi, ibang ginagawa.
How
Hindi
would
maganda.
you describe,
Hindi maganda.
how would you describe the 2025 budget in one word?
Hello.
How would you describe the 2025 budget in one word very quickly?
The worst. The worst.
Okay. Why is that? Just quickly, why is this the worst?
Number one, yung sabi ng konstitusyon, dapat ang education sector ang makakatanggap ng napakalaking portion ng national budget. Pero lumabas after BICAM na binawasan pa ang education at ang pinalaki yung DPWH. So, that's number one. Talagang na-violate yung konstitusyon. So, ni-repair nila, inayos nila. Pagdating bago pinirmahan ng Pangulo, pinalabas nila na mas malaki na ngayon ang education sector dahil sa ni-rearrange nila kuno. Meron silang mga binito at ni-rearrange yung lumabas ngayon na malaki na daw yung education sector, but then if you are going to scrutinize it again, lumaki yung education sector dahil pati yung pondo, mga training fund, education fund ng DND, yung mga training units ng Armed Forces of Defense, nilagay doon kasi education daw yun, education sector. When in fact, classification noon is a defense sector yun. Under the defense sector, nilagay doon kuno para lalabas na mas malaki ang education sector. Pero sige lang, andyan na yan eh. That's water under the bridge. Dahil napirmahan na yung
Right.
GAA. Andyan na yung GAA. So,
Okay.
moving forward, ang lang natin, yun na, implement.
Okay, now, before we go, I want to ask you about the restructuring of the National Security Council. The NSC has already said it does not indicate any kind of rift between the president, the vice president, the country security sector. Wala. Pero what do you make of the reorganization of the NSC that the Vice President Sara Duterte, was removed from the NSC?
Maybe they find it uncomfortable, convening the National Security Council with the Vice President around. So, tinanggal nila. So, discretion nila yan. Hindi naman yan nakalagay sa konstitusyon natin na talagang andyan yung Vice President. So, ayaw nang nila. So, they can do everything. The chief executive has the power to reorganize all the departments and the offices under the executive branch.
Oo. And I think if we go back also, I mean, you would remember this. Former President Rodrigo Duterte also removed Vice President Leni Robredo from the NSC, right? Or meron?
Correct.
Tinanggal ba?
Parang gano'n na, parang tinanggal. So, it's entirely at the discretion of the President kung sino paano nila i-compose, reorganize ang NSC.
So, nothing new?
Nothing new. Ang ko lang dyan, ang sayang lang is yung former presidents tinanggal nila. Yung Vice President,
yeah.
nagawa na yan noon, di ba? In the case of Vice President Leni Robredo. But yung former presidents, I don't know kung nagawa nila noon because pagdating kasi sa security aspect, napaka-valuable yung inputs na pwedeng ibigay ng mga former presidents sa sitting president to the current president. Napaka-valuable advice.
Former president. Yung
mga former presidents, very valuable yung inputs na maibigay nila sa National Security Council na mapakinabangan ng current president, yung sitting president.
Yes.
So, valuable talaga.
Okay, and I'd like to clarify that former President Leni Robredo was not ordered or she was not removed from the NSC per se, but she was asked not to attend any of the cabinet meetings. Do you remember that?
Oo, pero gano'n na rin yung...
Yun na yun.
Gano'n
Yun na yun,
di ba?
para sa inyo.
Parang na rin tinanggal ka in effect kahit na walang dokumento nagtanggal sa'yo. Sinadvisean ka, gano'n na rin ang effect noon na they don't want you there. They don't want you there sa National Security Council for whatever reasons. Let us respect the chief executive kung anong rason niya dyan. Pero in the case of the former presidents, sayang, ako'y nanghihinayang sa experience, the wealth of experience ng mga former presidents na that could be converted into valuable inputs in crafting defense policies ng sitting president.
All right. On that note, I want to thank you so much, Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa, for joining me today on these issues. I will be seeing you on Harapan 2025. So thank you so much for agreeing to our invitation from ABS-CBN News. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Karen. Salamat. At pasensya ka na, late ako nag-log in. At,
Okay lang, sir. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.